Minto, to be followed by Jamie Green. Around 6 minutes, please, Ms Minto.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. It gives me great pleasure to speak in this debate on such a positive announcement for our islands, Scotland and the world. I refer members to my register of interests. I have invested in Isla Energy Community Benefit Society and am a member of Isla Energy Trust. And of course, Isla is my home. In November last year, I had a virtual visit to Port Ellen Primary School, one of the 4 primary schools on the island, which all take the climate emergency and environment very seriously. In our discussions, we talked about what Isla could do to reduce its carbon footprint and become carbon neutral. Lots of ideas were suggested: an island electric bus network, green ferries, better insulation in houses and capturing the energy of the sea and the sky. These are ambitious projects, but elsewhere on Isla there are testimonies to the skills of previous generations of Scottish innovators. The villages of Portnahaven and Port Weems boast a magnificent Stevenson Lighthouse and a Telford Church and Manse, and the Museum of Isla Life holds a Campbell-Stokes recorder invented by Isla man John Francis Campbell in 1853 to record sunshine. These great Scots rose to the challenges of previous generations, and islanders continue to rise to the challenges of climate change. As the Cabinet Secretary recently said in her evidence to the RAIN Committee about carbon-neutral islands, the initiative is exciting because our islands are at the forefront of innovation. With all the work that is happening in renewables throughout our islands, we really want to capitalise on the opportunities that exist and to work closely with islands in reaching carbon neutrality. When I first moved to Isla, there was one man who had a renewable vision for Isla, the late Philip Maxwell. He understood that the future of energy generation lay with sustainable, cleaner power sources, and he recognised that Isla had that potential with wind and tidal power on its doorstep. But Philip also knew it would need local efforts to ensure that local communities would reap the full benefits. He established Isla Energy Trust, a community-led charity whose main purpose is to generate financial and social benefits from renewable energy operations for the island. Over the last 16 years, IET has hugely raised awareness of the importance of renewables on Isla, Jura and Colonsay, where solar panels and heat pumps are used to provide domestic energy, and has championed the importance of fuel economy, home insulation and carbon savings. Working with Philip and others, I helped establish Isla Energy Community Benefit Society. We raised more than £500,000 from the community and negotiated a bank loan for the balance required to establish the community-owned wind turbine, which was completed in 2014. The project will bring in up to £2 million over its 20-year life for that communities. That's a success story, but challenges do remain. The island's estimated current energy demand is 250 gigawatt-hours per year. Over 85% of this is imported fuel oils, 10% is electricity, and the balance being wood, coal and peat. And the reason why oil consumption is so high is that whisky distillation is a highly energy-intensive process, and that's expanding too. The cost of imported energy is in the region of £13 million per annum and increasing. The whisky industry is well aware of its carbon footprint and is rising to the challenge. Making Isla one of the 6 islands aspiring to be carbon neutral is sending a powerful message to the distilleries, and they have begun that journey to carbon neutrality. I haven't got time to list all the work the distilleries are doing, but here are a couple of examples. Bowmore Distillery, where hot air from the stills is piped to the malting floor during the heating process, and this system also heats the local community swimming pool next door. As part of Lagavulin 200-year celebrations, Diageo funded 700 acres of peatland restoration, and I know other distilleries are doing similar things. And Bruichladdich glass bottles, outer tins, card liners and outer cases are 100% recyclable. Of course, there's more to Isla than whisky. And Isla Energy Trust has been working with, and importantly learning from, others to cut carbon emissions, increase the island's resilience and sustainability, and that's in tidal power, biomass and geothermal energy. With the Community Benefit Fund from the turbine funding projects including tree planting, pathways and modernising home heating systems. Islands are full of gifted, outward-looking folk who want to do their bit and share their experiences, as the Cabinet Secretary has said. So, for example, on Iona, the community are working on a local heating system. On Bute, new carbon-neutral houses have been built. On Jura, Inver has its own hydro system, which has provided backup to the national grid. Mull and Iona Community Trust have a community hydro scheme. Tyree has a community wind turbine, which has allowed the community to expand its community-owned assets. And of course, Gia has its 4 dancing ladies. Cabinet Secretary, I think that's 6 islands just in Argyll and Bute. So, to conclude, Presiding Officer, our islands are profoundly important, not just to Scotland, but to the whole world. They contribute hugely to our culture, heritage, environment, identity, landscape, economy and society. The Carbon Neutral Islands project will embrace the opportunity for island communities to lead the way in realising Scotland's climate change ambitions.
Thank you, Ms.